Hey friends, this is Derek Bros with the Conscious Resistance Network, and today we are going to talk about continuing censorship from Pinterest, from Google, YouTube, Amazon, all the big tech companies. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys to bookmark theconsciousresistance.com, our website, so you can get caught up with all of our latest content. Be sure to follow us on Minds, follow us on Steemit, Discord, join our text list, support us on Patreon. You can also follow us on BitChute. And of course, if you want to get a free ounce of Kratom and support our partners, click this and go to mybravebotanicals.com. So let's get into this. I wrote this article yesterday for the Mind Unleashed. Leaked documents from Google and Pinterest reveal censorship of alternative media. Who would have thought? Imagine my surprise as I read this and found this out. So according to newly leaked documents from Google and Pinterest, there are ongoing efforts to censor independent media, Christian websites, and unpopular opinions. So as I write in here, what we have basically is that Project Veritas, which is the controversial conservative investigative outlet that some of you may be familiar with, they have recently leaked documents which show that Pinterest, the social media site, was blocking links of alternative media websites and search terms related to Christianity and abortion. So this apparent blacklist is part of a porn domain block list. So they're trying to keep porn off of their website, and they have a porn domain block list where they block websites which are related to porn. And the internal documents that they were leaked, and of course an interview that gave an insider which gave them these documents, show that Pinterest directly and indirectly is censoring content related to pro-life and Christian themes, as well as other alternative health sites and several independent news sites known for challenging the U.S. government narrative, including the war on terror. These websites that were being banned or blocked on these lists include Zero Hedge, the popular news aggregate that some of you are probably familiar with, the Anti-Media, which I know you guys are familiar with because I've worked for them and you've heard me talk about them, News Wars, which is operated by Alex Jones' InfoWars, and then the Pedogate, which seems to track kind of pedogate child trafficking related stories, tracking vaccinations, which is obviously a vaccination website, and then a website called Organic Healthy Tips. And according to the documents leaked to Project Veritas, there's also a list of sensitive terms, which Pinterest considers sensitive, and users who are searching these sensitive terms will get modified search results, and basically each of these terms are then assigned a value, either abusive, sensitive, or brand unsafe. And from there, Pinterest employees have the option to either block autocomplete results in the search bar, show the user a warning, or remove the term from recommended or trending feeds. And the so-called sensitive terms list reveals that Christianity-related terms like Christian, Easter, and Bible verses were marked as brand unsafe. And of course, you guys have heard me talk about Pinterest has been blocking information for a while now. Back in February, it was reported that they were blocking, quote-unquote anti-vaxxer stories. And this is from Project Veritas. And why the reason I say that they're controversial is because they like to go undercover and basically, reveal difficult truths about different things in the world. And they focused on Planned Parenthood. They focused on a number of different outlets. They tend to focus on the left and not the right. But hey, either way, they are able to get information that most people don't have. And you can see here's the list of websites that are blocked, from Cute Girlfriends to Teen XXX Tube, Teen Sexy Babe. And then right here, mixed in with the rest of the porn, tracking vaccinations, Zero Hedge, Anti-Media, Forbidden Knowledge, Organic Healthy Tips, Organic Lifestyle Magazine, and Live Action, which is a anti-abortion website, mixed in with Latina Fast Date and Born to Whore and all porn videos, the Pedogate, Cancer Cures and Support. So these sites are being thrown in there as part of a porn block list. So that's kind of interesting to see that. I wonder if that's a mistake or if that just happened to happen, or if it was done by purpose. Now, of course, Pinterest isn't alone in this. We know Google, YouTube have long been censoring people for different reasons. And, people might not realize this. I've talked about it here, but there's a filter bubble going on. If you are using Google alone to tell you about what's going on in the world and search for terms, you're getting a filtered view of things because they control what you're going to see, what type of results. And this comes from the Daily Caller, where they reported that a whistleblower within Google leaked screenshots of two apparent blacklists of websites which are being scrubbed from the search engine results. The Daily Caller reviewed the documents and found that employees are instructed to add the line #remove URL to ensure that a, quote, fringe website is removed from Google's featured snippets search results. And the featured snippets feature basically is, when you go type into Google, what is or where is or how can I, it finishes your sentences for you. That's what they call featured snippets. And so whenever you type in "are vaccines," and you might suspect all kinds of things are going to pop up, safe, dangerous, whatever. Well, they don't like that. They don't want people to go search things and then get led to dangerous, bad information. So this document suggests that the removal of certain websites from featured snippets is being conducted manually by a human employee rather than the result of a mistake by an algorithm or artificial intelligence. This means that some literal Google employee is being instructed to weed out certain websites from the search results, the featured search results on what they call the featured snippets. Now, the Daily Caller also reports that a second blacklist, which was called All Fringe Domains, is designed to block websites which have been labeled fringe. And some of these websites include the American Spectator, Breitbart, Breaking 911, Bring Your Bible to School Day, Consortium News, which is a really good news source, St. Philip the Deacon Lutheran Church, Speaker Ryan, the Franklin Society, and the Free Thought Project, as well as the Gateway Pundit. So several independent media sites there, Consortium News, the Free Thought Project. And as I said already, the Pinterest documents show that the anti-media is being blocked, Zero Hedge is being blocked. And these documents raise more questions than answers regarding how much control and influence the big tech giants have over public discourse. You guys should know this by now. And of course, more worrisome is the fact that the Free Thought Project, the Anti-Media, and Zero Hedge have all been facing censorship for more than a year, with both Anti-Media and Free Thought Project being purged from Facebook in October 2018. So, more censorship and more evidence that we have that social media companies are blocking and controlling the discourse around all kinds of issues and keeping you in the dark. Now, that was yesterday. Now, just today, RT reports this. YouTube removes Project Veritas's video on Pinterest's censorship of conservative views. So, like I said, Project Veritas, they're the ones who, they got these documents and they reported on it. And YouTube, which is owned by Google, has now removed that video, which details how Pinterest is actively suppressing conservative viewpoints. I do want to make this point, though. It is not just conservative. People like Dan Dix and others keep freaking making the mistakes of saying this is a conservative thing, there's going after conservative websites. No, dude, maybe, but not just. Sure, this shows that Christian terms and conservative terms are being targeted, but the Anti-Media and Free Thought Project are hardly conservative, okay? So it's not just the conservatives. Stop framing it that way, because then the people who don't identify as conservative won't give a damn. This is everybody who's facing censorship of one form or another. It's those of us who speak out and who challenge the narrative, the war narrative, the control paradigm. We will be censored. And apparently, once you report on it, it will get removed. You see right here, James O'Keefe, who runs Project Veritas, says, YouTube has removed our Pinterest insider story. The battle is on. Support the insider who leaked the documents and got fired here. And they have a GoFundMe campaign for the whistleblower. And then PragerU, which is kind of a right-wing conservative outlet, says, unbelievable, YouTube is now deleting content it doesn't want people to see. Sounds pretty Orwellian. And then Luke Rudkowski says, wow, this is crazy. And also at the same time, James O'Keefe, who again runs the Project Veritas, which leaked these documents and had access to these documents about Pinterest, they were given a slap on the wrist for violating Twitter's policies, apparently. It says, we've temporarily limited your account features. What happened? We've determined that your account has violated the Twitter rules, violating our rules against posting private information. You may not publish or post other people's private information without their express authorization. And so I guess they mean because he posted private documents showing the censorship. So now he's been kind of reprimanded on Twitter. The YouTube video has been taken down, exposing Pinterest for targeting independent media as well as unpopular health opinions, and yes, Christianity and conservative related terms. So Pinterest, Google, YouTube, Amazon taking down movies and taking down books that they don't want people to see. Pinterest censoring things, Instagram censoring hashtags, Twitter censoring hashtags, Facebook closing down groups and deleting pages. I mean, how much will it take for you guys to freaking leave these platforms and to stop using them? Now, look, you can see down here at the bottom of my screen, I do have a Google Chrome browser that I use for certain things. I also use Brave. Brave is a really good browser. In case you've never used it, check it out. But we need to take steps, guys, to support alternatives. There are better alternatives than Chrome, for sure, although sometimes it is the fastest. This is why we need to support those out there who are creating new technology, because we want to make sure we have technology that works good and effectively against these powers without sitting here and using their platform. So we can't sit there and just stay on Facebook and complain about Facebook all day, or stay on YouTube and stay on Google and stay on Amazon and whatever else. This is why I want to get my books off Amazon. This is why I'm not going to use YouTube beyond 2019. I'm using it now to try to get to you guys, but I'm going to stop using it in 2020. I've left Facebook already. I've recently, rejoined for my campaign, but very limited compared to what I used to do. And so within the next 6-7 months, you will not find me on YouTube and these other platforms. I've already taken a lot of my work off there. I'm trying to take off my books off Amazon. And so it's up to us to make an effort to vote with your dollar and vote with your time and your energy, and decide, do you want to support these companies with your money, with your time, with your body, with your attention? You decide. And these companies are massive. They're supported and funded by the U.S. government. They have connections to intelligence agencies. We have to think about this, guys. Why are we still on these platforms? That's what I want you to think about. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it now. I know you guys are so surprised that there's more censorship coming from Pinterest and Google, but I figured it was worth checking in and letting you guys know what's up. I'll put the links below so you can share this article. Please do share the article, share the video. And until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace.